Okay, um, today this video is going to be talking about what it's like to live whimsically. We've already talked about what your physical expression of whimsy can look like, how to find that expression, how to play with it. Um, and we've talked about the whole uh, experiment approach, how great of a tool that is. And we're going to also be incorporating that into today's um, topic. So we've identified um, whimsy as being this childlike, playful, youthful, vibrant, lighthearted, adventurous, fun energy. And I kind of wanted to get into what that can look like in your day-to-day life. You know, how you can incorporate that in um, your life. I know that you guys have things like jobs and families, and you have all these obligations and these um, uh, things that require your attention and all of that good stuff. So it's like, how can you uh, still be carefree when you have all of these cares to be caring for? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that's why we're here. That's what we're here to talk about. Um, so to go along with the theme of experimenting with bringing more play, more joy, more pleasure, more adventure, more um, awe, into your life. Like what does that look like on a like tangible, realistic kind of level? Um, and this involves, oh, I haven't actually numbered them. I want to say two things. That number may increase. I don't know. um, but first, it involves presence. Presence is very vital to this whole process because it's in the presence um, that awareness. That's the other thing. Uh, Kicks in. You know, when you're on autopilot, you're doing the shit. You're not noticing you're not noticing. To summarize, like that, you're caught up in whatever world you're in, but like not really in. Presence is what um grounds you. uh it's what opens up your eyes. It's what shows you things that you may missed, things that you would have liked to appreciate more, but you just weren't in the moment to appreciate it. And so it's the presence that opens up the possibilities for involving more whimsy into your life. And when I talk about whimsy, I use that term as kind of like an umbrella word for other things like romanticizing life and childlike wonder and adventure and joy and playfulness and like all of these things. Like maybe there's a better word for it. I don't know. Um, but for the sake of keeping it simple, I'm just using the word whimsy. Um, it just kind of one word just encompasses it all. That's the word I'm using. Anyways, so the presence um, piece is super important. It's what allows you to kind of bask in life, what all is involved, what are you feeling, what are you seeing, what are you tasting, what are you touching, what, like it's involved in everything, like what your body is feeling, what emotions are being felt, like what the energy of the room is, like it's all of these potential opportunities for basking in life, you know. It's also the presence that opens up your awareness as to um, maybe the contrast that's going on. So maybe the things that you don't prefer. Maybe it's like, oh my God, like my head fucking hurts. I am so fucking stressed. I've been um, biting the fuck out of my nails. I've been, um, my stomach has been growling for like the last 2 hours or whatever. Like it's noticing those things, the things that you don't prefer to be experiencing, and it's giving you the opportunity to decide whether you want to shift um, that to a direction that you prefer, or whether or not you're just gonna keep it, keep the unpreferred. So it's giving yourself power back into your experience. It's bringing, it's giving you the agency over your life again. And that's what presence and awareness does for you. It gives you that choice of choosing whimsy or choosing stress. Now, um, I know that it can be asking a lot to go from um, overwhelm to ecstasy, you know? It's like that's a big fucking leap. And realistically speaking, not saying that it can't be done, but realistically speaking, uh, that just doesn't happen. That leap doesn't happen as often as it does, as it can. So it's finding ways to, um, it's feeling into it, first of all, feeling into what can shift this into the positive direction and to what degree. Because some situations, um, some situations that you're in, you can do a pretty big leap from like, oh my God, uh, I, I'm all butthurt about this, but really, like, this does not matter at all. Like, zero fucks, you know? And you can do that leap to where you're in a better feeling place or a more neutral place or whatever. And other times it's like you have to take the most micro better feeling state. So it's like maybe it's, oh my fucking God, I hate my boss. Um, hate him. It's like, how can you change that hate to you don't like him? You know? The most subtle things can be the exact, like, you know, the snowball expression. You know, it's like when a snowball rolls down the hill, you know, it grows and grows and grows and grows. um, that subtle shift between a super strong feeling negative state to a slightly less strong negative feeling state, that can be the initial little snowball that eventually can pick up the momentum into feeling, into the better feeling space, into the higher um, emotional scale, you know? So uh, I'm not saying that every situation you're going to go from 0 to 100, like sad and angry to happy and flying kites and head in the clouds, whatever, you know. That may just not be the thing, but it's using your presence, using your awareness as to um, what it is you prefer and what you don't prefer, making the choice in the direction that you're wanting to go, And then if it involves a little brainstorming on ways, on different experiments that you can take in making whatever experience a more pleasurable one, how you can incorporate play into this task, or in this moment, or whatever it is. So I'm gonna give some examples because I feel like maybe this isn't quite landing. So for example, okay, you're someone who just hates grocery shopping. Like, you feel it's the most fucking boring thing. It's just, ugh, you know? Maybe all it takes is a reframe. Reframing grocery shopping from grocery shopping to uh, a quest for sustenance, you know? If that feels juicier, like, the experience can be juicier, you know? There's so much power in a reframe. Um, it can completely do a 180 to the whole experience. I promise. It totally can. Maybe not for every single situation. Only you have the power of discernment for what that can look like for you, but try it, experiment with it, you know, like getting an oil change. I am not a car person. I don't even have a car right now, but when I did have a car, I did not do any of the car shit. It was just bleh. When I did, I would have, like, whoever I was dating at the time there with me to do the thing, or I would have them go do it for me, because nope, no clue what to say, no clue what they're saying to me, zero, whatever. So it could be something like that, where it's like, maybe you're entering a portal into a new dimension. I don't know. Get fucking creative with this shit. Like, this is your thing. Like, you have nothing but options in ways to make this more magical and more pleasant for you specifically. I don't know if you like video games or fantasy or like supernatural things. If you hate that, do something that is more aligned with your interests, you know? So embrace the creativity, experiment with it. If you find that it really didn't make a single difference, then okay, on to the next experiment. You know, like, what feels maybe more inclined to make a difference. I don't know what that is. I'm just establishing somewhat of a framework for you to maybe work off of, and let you try it out for yourself. So it's finding ways in which you can make the most mundane, the most tedious, the most unpleasant of situations or interactions or tasks or whatever it is, how you can bring more play into that, how you can bring more joy into that, how you can bring more pleasure into that. If that just involves maybe a comfier pair of shoes, sure. Like, that could be your subtle shift up into the to increase that momentum, you know? Um, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be as small or as big as you want it to be. But I just urge you to try it, to experiment with it, to let it to give it the opportunity to make a difference, you know? Because that's the other thing, is like, you can have all of this expectation for a reframe to do all the heavy lifting for you, you know? And it can, but when you're having that strong need for it to do that, it's like you're already introducing resistance into the situation. And when you do that, like you're not allowing for the situation um to have the intended uh impact that you want it to, you know. So it's like you're doing yourself dirty by holding yourself to this specific need for a certain situation to turn out in a specific kind of way. So there is a level of detachment to this process. It it's you can set the intention to feel better. You can set the intention um to be like, I'm going to feel relaxed after this, you know? Like that can be your intention, but it's the how that's going to happen that you want to release the expectation from, or the specific nature of, because it's like there's so many ways in which the universe, the powers that be, God, whoever, whatever you choose, whatever you believe, there's so many things at play that you don't even know the fullest extent of the possibilities. So because you don't know the fullest extent of the possibilities, you don't want to limit yourself to this specific vision, because you could experience something so much better and you didn't even realize to even ask for it. So it's like detaching yourself to a degree in which you just want to feel better, and you're expressing that to the world, to the universe, to God clearly by putting that experiment into action. Action is a huge piece in this, okay? Because it that's what sends the clear signal that this is the direction that you're wanting to go towards, that you're moving towards. This is the path, the path. I was gonna say the path downstream, but that's really what it is. It is like, it's like if you're taking the path of least resistance, you know, you're floating downstream. You're floating down to good feeling thoughts and experiences and emotions, like good feeling emotions and things like that. You put the action into um fruition, is that the word? I don't know. But so, and you do that as rapid as possible. Like when that idea comes in, you want to take rapid action on that idea, because the universe, the laws, the powers that be, they love when you make decisions fast. They love the quickness. Okay. Now don't be in a rush, don't be in a haste. Like just uh let it flow how it's supposed to flow, or how it flows, you know. An idea pops in of like, yo, you know, I could put fucking glow in the dark stars like underneath my desk, and um eat my lunch down there. That is so random. I don't know why I said that, but I could eat my lunch underneath my desk with my glow in the dark stars and whatever. I don't know. It's like when those ideas show up, they show up for a reason. And when you're able to take immediate action on things, uh it's yeah, sending that clear signal to the universe, like, okay, like this is the direction we're going into a good feeling space, all right. And then it begins to um bring in, the law of attraction begins to bring in more opportunities for you to feel good. They may look like an assortment of different things. They may it may take some creativity at seeing what those things are. But anyways, I digress. But it's being creative. It's taking the action, because you don't want to just sit on the idea and do nothing. Like, that's not going to get you anywhere. Take the action, do the thing, blow some bubbles at lunch. I don't know, fucking, I was trying to think of examples, but it's like, whatever. Like, there's so many different things that you can do that can make any situation better. So just do those, okay? And see what happens. Let it flow however it flows. And yeah, keep that open-mindedness, open-heartedness with this whole process of experimenting with it. And yeah, just continue that trajectory according to the lessons that you learned based on the data you collected on the last experiment. Okay. And real quick, I want to talk about pushback, because you might be getting pushback on, especially if you've took this to the 9 yards, like you're flying high, baby. Like, you're feeling good and everybody knows it. You will be getting pushback. Okay. People see bubbly, joyous, positive people, and they hate it. They want you to come back down, get your head out of the clouds, join them in this miserable reality that they feel they live in, and they will be telling you all sorts of things in so many different ways, trying to make you feel all sorts of bad. And you can choose to follow that guidance, to follow that direction, or you can use that contrast, that strong negativity with that strong positivity as proof to you that you're being the light, man, I feel like I said this so much better when I wasn't recording, but the power of someone who's aligned with their soul, and your soul is love, okay? Who's aligned with love, with joy, with harmony, with play, and all of these things. That is the greatest gift that you can give, obviously, to yourself, and also the greatest gift that you can give everyone around you. It's the greatest gift for the whole collective. So you doing the work, because there can be inner work involved in this, in seeing and experiencing the contrast of the that comes through from incorporating more whimsy into your life. It's seeing it as like fuck, I said this so much better. The power, I don't remember who said this, and I'm probably butchering it, but the power of one person in alignment is stronger than 100 people who aren't. So you being aligned with your soul, with love and with joy and all of these things um is fucking magic, bro. Like it's the best. It's the best thing that you can be in. And yes, there will be so many opportunities of for reverting back or for whatever, and you're so like it's okay to, you know, like there's lessons to be learned in all of it. Like there's no right or wrong in whatever direction you decide to go, because whatever direction you decide to go, it's going to be for your betterment regardless. Like you're going to learn something regardless from whatever experience you choose. But man, what I so love you to just stay in that alignment, to stay with your head in the clouds, to um, see the pain and the hurt and the struggle that those around you may be feeling, and wrap it with love. To just use that positive energy, the energy around you, your aura, to just wrap anyone that comes in contact with you with so much love. And that may be very unsettling to people, especially those who are more in the lower vibrational space. It can be very triggering to some people, but it's triggering for a reason, because it's emphasizing the contrast, you know? Um, Anyways, I feel like maybe I'm not making sense, but what I'm trying to say is you being aligned with your joy, with your authentic, soulful self is exactly the gift to be giving. It really is. And people can call you delusional, they can call you stupid, they can call you anything that they want, but you know the truth. You know that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, that what you're meant to be doing, you know, and that's living a joyful life. So yeah, I am so curious if you do try to experiment and play with this, what may come through for you. If you have, if this is something that you've been doing, you know, please let us know your tips and tricks and maybe your insights or perspectives that maybe I didn't even touch on. Share all of the things. I am sending so much love and light and joy and play all your way. Yeah, look forward to hearing from you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.